All right, here we go. Great match coming up here. Brady Golan versus Rob Phillips. BC versus Alberta here at the Fall Classic. This will be a very exciting match. Just gonna load up here on the Facebook page. Keep these comments going here. I'm definitely excited about this match here. I know both players very well, and see Rob's got that side pocket break dialed in. Nice control to keep that one ball near the corner pocket as well here. I don't see a whole lot of issues on this table here. Just getting from that 2 to the 3 with the right angle. He's kind of left himself just a little bit awkward here. He may have to take on a harder 3 ball than he anticipated. He wanted to get down just a little bit further on this 2 so he could kind of just stun this ball, but you know, and that was just kind of like the hard part, leaving himself just a little bit tricky. The shot wasn't the problem, it was just trying to get himself nice on this 3 ball, but he definitely got away with it here. You know, we'll probably see a nice little safety here by Brady, trying to keep that 2 ball by this right side of the 10 here and use that wall of balls there with the 4, 6, 5 are his blockers. Or he'll come up with something completely different because nope. Didn't want to hit the 10 ball there. Just wanted to kind of just pass that 10 ball. So I think he left Rob a shot here on this 2 ball. So a safety by Rob here. Getting onto that 8 ball makes the jump shot a little bit trickier. I'm not sure if Brady can see the top half of this 2 ball or not. Looks like he can. So let me see this 2 ball down table by the 10 again here. And same thing, just going to be using those 3 balls as blockers. And just hit it just a little. I don't think he could have did much better. That was a nice safety by Rob. So I'm going to see Rob go for this ball here. Yeah, so he played that with a lot of check siding because he wanted to hold for this 3 in the side, which made that shot, which was already a tough shot, harder. Like I said, first games are always a doozy here. Both players are extremely good players. And we've seen these guys running some racks here very quickly. I know Brady doesn't play a whole lot in the summertime here. And I think he's just slowly starting to get back into the game again here. He's kind of mentioned, giving us a little hints about him coming back. We hit this just a little too hard. That's probably one of the hardest things, like when you're coming back, is the weight. Just getting a feel for that cue ball. I was gonna say, Rob's gonna probably try to draw back into the 7 ball here, and we gave a perfect angle on the 3 to the 4 here, but just didn't quite hit that with just enough suck back on that ball. That 10 ball is kind of in the way for the natural 2 rail hit. So Gonna have to come up with something here pretty nifty, but I've seen Rob come up with some pretty amazing shots. That was a crafty little shot by Robbie, tying up the 4-ball. That's going to force Brady to come up with some clever shot here as well. I mean, he can come behind it, play the 3 off the 4. Could also play a safety as well, unless he's just going to go for the breakout. So he's going to go with the safety shot. Or does a 6 go in a side pocket? Yeah, he's calling a 6 in a side. Wired. I think Brady is from Kelowna and Rob is definitely from Edmonton. If you want to say what guy is a top player from their city, you could say both guys are. I've known Rob and Brady for many years. Rob's always been a really good cash cow for us because we would buy him in a lot of Calcuttas, and he always did well for us. Nice crafty little shot here. Brady has no problem spotting balls here. He's Canadian snooker champion. Can't remember if it was 2018 he won it. Again. And I apologize from the YouTube viewers that we don't have the chats on YouTube, so just give us a few more minutes and hopefully we can set something up here for you guys. Nice, I like it. Just a little straight draw off one rail. 10 ball in the bottom left-hand corner. Oh, he didn't even have the proper angle. Just draw it straight back. And Brady Golan draws first blood. I want to pull up one of these posters, but how do you do it again? It's been so long since I've been on the mic, controlling all the buttons here, but.
So just click it and then you send it over.
Just click that, send it over.
And then clear the layer. And send it over.
So that was like a little tester. But that's where we're at here. We're at the Leather Pocket, Calgary, Alberta, playing in the Fall Classic. We had tiered entry fees. So depending on your Fargo is what you have to pay to get into this tournament, which I think is a great format for certain players. Nice little break by Brady here, and he's got a shot on the 1 ball, except it's a dry tomato. So let's see if Rob can capitalize off this dry break. But yeah, there were some players here who got to pay 25 bucks to play in this tournament. Because these two guys that are playing right now paid $125 each to get in. Nice stroke by Robbie here, but did not want to leave himself on this rail here. The good news is he doesn't have to do a whole lot to get shape on this 3-ball. He's got the natural position. Nice smooth stroke for Mr. Phillips. Really don't see a whole lot of issues on this table here. Everywhere has a home to go to. Yeah, I would say if these two guys were playing each other, say 7, 8 years ago, definitely a little bit different match. I think 7, 8 years ago, both these guys were in great form. You know, I know Brady doesn't play throughout the summers. He plays a lot of golf, and I think through COVID, a lot of people took a little time off. I know Rob hasn't been playing as much as he used to play. Probably see these guys miss more shots in the first 2 games than I've seen them miss in a long time. But it still won't take these guys long to get back into the swing of things. I know Brady's been here, I think, every day this week, practicing, getting ready for this tournament. I think this is the shot Ben and I were talking about, where you just let the carbon cue do its work. You don't have to do a whole lot with it. Nice easy position. Okay. There's a little poster we had up here online. You can see here, guys are 520 and under. We're paying $25 to get into the field. Watch Rob's big break here. And Rob's done it both breaks here. He's managed to get the balls in the side pocket, so he's got that break figured out. And that's going to go huge in this tournament if he can maintain that break. So I know I definitely was playing with that, and I was struggling with that break as well. Freeze up onto this 5-ball, stay away from the side pocket. Nice little safety by Robbie here, so see Brady probably play 1 rail kick. I think I remember playing Brady and we went hill-hill and I totally pooched myself on the 10-ball, and I had a safety, but it wasn't like the easiest safety. And I just told myself, this guy has way too much knowledge. I'm going to bank this in the corner, because if I play safety on him, I'm going to have... whoa, what a nice try. Probably going to have a worse shot than what I had. So I ended up missing the safety and left him a shot, and he made the shot, but that was a few years ago. I like the way he used 2 rails to hit that 1 ball. So Rob just needs to stay below this 2 ball so he can run down table for the 3. I think this is 3 to the 4 is his biggest issues here. This table is. We're going to see Rob Phillips go up 2 to 1 here against Gold. Just hit that 3-ball just a little fat. Just a little bit of a fat. But did he hook him? So I see goalie or Brady Golan kind of play a little masse shot here. He's definitely gonna have to try to hit rail first. But that 3 is so deep. I'm not really liking the way. Oh, what a shot. Just a little too deep. If he could have hit that just like an 1/8 of an inch higher on that rail, he's getting shape on that 4-ball for sure. So here we go, ball on hand for Rob Phillips here. Kind of where he should have been before he missed that 3-ball. So Brady didn't take advantage of that opportunity. Not like he had much of a choice here. That was one hell of a swerve shot to try to make that 3-ball. So Rob's struggling with the speed a little bit of the table here. Just waiting for Ben to shoot on the table beside him. Just kind of giving him some space here. We'll see Rob play this into the bottom left-hand corner with a little inside side and to hold the cue ball to come straight across. Probably play the 10 in the same pocket as the 7.
Looks like we got a match here.
Yeah, and that's the problem sometimes when you play with the little check siding. When you put a little extra spin on the ball, it makes the shot just a little bit trickier than normal. But Rob's got the break figured out.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Good to see. It's nice to have Rob in the room.
2 good breaks going on here. But guys both are definitely struggling a little bit with the weight or speed of the table. But they're going to figure it out soon here. First couple games are always the trickiest.
Brady undercut the 10-ball.
Yeah, this is not like them, but you know, like I said, you know, they haven't been playing as much.
No. I was actually talking to Brady earlier, and he said, you know, COVID really took a toll on his game.
Yeah, honestly, I can say both these guys, I've never seen them miss so much. But, you know, it happens. You know, they're having some good laughs over there. They're kind of laughing at each other, you know.
Just getting into the swing of things. And Brady and Rob have played each other a lot. They've been in the finals of so many tournaments.
So many tournaments.
Both great players. Equally nice guys.
Yeah, super nice guys.
But like I said, they have not been playing much lately.
No, and I'll tell you that missing it's contagious, you know.
Yeah, they just need to get over the hump here.
Yeah, Robbie's got this one here for sure.
For sure? How
for
sure?
That's sure.
Nailed it.
Just don't scratch on the side.
Oh, you lost the scoreboard?
I don't know how to get the scoreboard back up. Okay, you click that guy. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
you click that. Nope. There you go.
And then you have to select the main window. Oh. Okay, well, apparently neither of us know how to drive here.
The scoreboard.
You have to click the scoreboard and then.
Okay. I kind of remember that.
Kinda.
I just know what keys they are on the keyboard.
Kinda, sorta. Sorry, guys, we're just
I tried to play some
new drivers.
Advertisements here for the cats. Now that I figured it out, I think we're cool.
It's been a while since Johnny and I have been left unsupervised.
Yeah. So we'll watch the 7 and 6 ball here. Wow. So.
Oh, 2 ball. Makes it.
So these templates aren't exactly perfect, and that was a gap rack. His first 2 breaks were on point, but there was definitely a gap in there. Like, so with these templates, if you bend them, nothing's gonna stay frozen.
I mean, we could definitely use some new templates for sure, but you definitely have to make sure that the balls are tight when you put the balls in there.
Yeah, there's a few things you could do to kind of make sure that they stay somewhat tight, but
Out of all the template racks, though, I would have to say the turtle rack is my favorite.
oh yeah, definitely.
Is it your favorite too?
Yeah, we have one at the house.
Yeah, I prefer the turtle rack over any other template. I find that the magic racks, once they bend, you can't get that crease out. They're pretty much ruined. What are those called? The out.
Oot.
The out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, the other template racks, the diamond-shaped ones. Anyways,
There's so many different names.
I know. Anyways, the cloth ones, I find that the balls kind of roll back on them. They don't break and get out of the way as well.
Yeah.
But with the turtle rack, I mean, if you watch when these guys break, hardly ever do we have to move a ball to replace the rack. I mean, it does happen sometimes.
Yeah.
But it happens way less than any of the other template racks. But the turtle racks also, I find the material that it's made out of, like if you bend it, you can kind of rub it out.
Yeah, I think somebody said they put one in a book one time and just left it for a little while.
Yeah.
And it helps straighten it out just a touch.
Yeah. It's more malleable. It's the word of the day for you.
That's the word of the day. So we're going to see him go 4 rails into the 3 ball.
4 rails?
Yeah. And he hit
Oh,
that
he called it.
perfect.
Nice shot.
That was not an easy shot. I mean, he made the 1 ball, and he actually hit the 1 ball just a little thick. He still made it, but because he hit it thick, he wasn't able to get down to the 3. Yeah, it changed his angle to the 3 ball. So Rob basically played a pretty bad safety there.
I think ideally he wanted to get behind the 9, but not get
A
there.
few years ago, he would have wired that right behind that.
Yeah, you would have been locked
Yeah,
right
he
up.
would have been done.
That was a great shot.
Safe shot there by Brady.
So now what do you do here? I mean, you can jump the 6, but I mean,
Well,
chances
you
of
can
you
dart
making
that-
that 10, I
you
don't
can
know.
dart this and hit the 3 ball, but you know, you have to look at your advantage. You know, if you make it, what are you going to do with the 4 ball? Oh, looks like I heard my
Ooh,
name.
That's you.
I heard my name.
I've heard you've been called worse, though.
Yeah.
Great kick by Rob
That's a
there.
really nice kick shot.
And
Okay.
gets cover. Gets cover by the 10.
Yeah, we'll see if he. Just gonna mass say this. So when he clips it, kind of wants that 3 ball to go up table, and he needs that cue ball to get behind this 9 ball. But obviously,
little square.
the double kiss.
Yeah,
So-
he hit it right in the face.
And he just got maybe just a little bit too much spin. Just a little too much spin on that shot. So, well, I better go to my match here. Wish me luck, people.
Good luck, Johnny. I'm your people, apparently.
Yeah, nobody
your
else
peeps.
loves me.
Blaine, yes, you're right. Outsville. You know, I just had a little bit of a brain bubble there.
We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Good luck. Outsville rack. You are correct, Blaine. Eric versus Eric is now race to 11. Eric tied it up? I know that he was a little behind last time I checked in on the score. So one of our very own Eric Vargas is on the road playing Eric Orlifson out east. Quite a bit on the line on that match. So we're pulling for him. Daryl, I don't know if John answered your question, wondering if Brady is from Kelowna. It is the very same one. Both these guys, such a pleasure to have in the pool room when you have an event. They're just great shooters, nice guys, never complain. Pretty easy peasy going, guys. So happy to have them. It's been a while since we've seen either of them. I don't think we've seen Rob or Brady since pre-COVID, so. Rob may have come once, just after COVID. Can't remember. Great shot by Rob there. Does he get 5? Negative. I think Rob deserved a better look at that 5 ball after that shot. It was nicely done. Johnny's concerned he's lost his chalk. Looked like Rob tried to go for the same path, made it a little wide, did not hit the 5. So Brady's gonna get ball in hand here. 6 ball is a little tricky to get on. Oh, he found it, he's good to go. The heavens have opened. Is he looking to go short side on the 6? Nope. Just draw back to the same pocket. Looking for the correct angle on the 7 to lead to the 8. That looks like it'll do. Should be able to get a little pop off this short rail here for the 9. Like so. We're at even 2s for Brady versus Rob. Quick shout out to our friends here at Jam Up Apparel. You guys, they are having a Black Friday sale good until Sunday, I believe. 25% off the entire site. So if you've been looking at getting some Jam Up, I would head over there this weekend. jamupapparel.com. Rack number 5 here for Brady. His break, we'll see how he does here. Breaking from about the same place as where Joe is breaking from. Little bottom on the ball. 2 balls, looks like. A really good look at the 1. Nice little 1-5 combo to start. There's a 4 ball right behind that cue ball. Hopefully that doesn't hamper his Look at the 1. Nice little tap on the 1 just to keep it in place for his next shot. 1 to the 4 it looks like. And the 4 does pass the 7. Another combination, 6, 7. I like Brady's chances here. Nice little stroke on this 8. I think he's going to come off the rail for the 9. Oh, I thought he was going to come off a little bit more, but he likes the 9 on the side. No problem. It's on the right side of the ball for the 10 ball in the bottom left. We got our friend Ben Francis joining us.
What a great match I get to watch.
All right.
This is a barn burner. I heard they played a little last night, too.
Oh, did they?
I heard they played about 5 sets.
Rob came up early?
Yeah. I didn't hear who won or what was happening, but I just heard they played.
Kind of figured Rob just kind of popped in this morning, but came a night early, then that's even better.
Yeah, and Brady was here all week practicing.
Yeah, I did. I saw him on league night. Yeah.
Every single day of the week he was here. And what a pleasure to have him around, of course.
I've said that like 10 times. It's so nice to see him.
It's easy to say he's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
And such a wealth of knowledge. I got to play him a little, and it's such a joy.
Well, I mean, Brady's old school, right? He's played all the games. He's like snooker champion.
30 years apart, Canadian snooker champion.
Unreal.
And I couldn't quote how long he played professional snooker, but I think it was 2 years.
Is that right?
Or 5 years. I'm not sure which, but I know he went over and played for a couple of years. So
yeah, I mean, it's just both these guys are awesome to have at your tournament. Like they never complain. It's never like, the draw this or I had to wait this long. They're just like easygoing. They know exactly what a tournament's about. They're ready for anything you throw at them.
Rob is very much the same.
Yeah. Both of them.
Yeah, no complaints from these gentlemen. Perfect ambassadors of the game. They both really are.
I hope we don't really give them anything to complain about, but I mean, given,
you don't.
The shit factor. Shit factors are always around, right?
Yeah, that's right.
They're pretty awesome.
Yeah, you can even see this. He broke dry. He moves the rack for Rob. Just a little respect thing. It's the small things, I find.
It is the small things.
Make the world a difference in this game.
For sure.
I loved playing Brady because he knows all the shots. He always plays the right shot, too. So I always find out, okay, that was the correct shot, right? I had another idea, but it wasn't correct because he didn't play it. If he didn't play it, it wasn't the right shot.
That's right. Good stroke test for Rob here.
I thought he might go for the pot there, but I guess the 2 wasn't available, right? The 2 was up table,
That's
no
true.
pocket.
That is true.
So a shot to nothing, they call that. When are you up again? It must be soon.
I'm on the B side because I dogged it.
Well, you didn't dog it. We already talked about this. You played good. You had to have played good.
I think that was my opportunity to stay like around on the A side, and I blew it.
Hey, you never know.
I had an early lead, and then he figured out the table and said there will be no more of that.
Yeah, you were making shots. I was watching. I was playing right beside you, just potting balls. It was great.
So I don't even remember the last time I hit a ball in the 9 foot, so I was actually surprised myself. That's why I was a little bummed, because I was right there on the cusp.
Yeah, it always hurts a little more. But you got to take the wins too, right? Like you won 8 games. You had to have played good. You're potting well, right?
I was making some good shots. better than I had expected.
That's good for somebody who doesn't play a lot on the 9-foot. You actually have a good 9-foot game. Yeah. Every time we say this, and you win games and you're stroking in balls. And
every time I say, I'm going to try out and get in more games.
That's right.
But it is December this week, and so
life gets
the mixer is coming out. Cookies are getting made here right away.
I can't wait. I'm glad you brought that up because I hadn't thought about that yet. But
it is cookie
that's
time.
Exciting. If you guys haven't tried Steph's cookies, you got to try Steph's cookies. For sale this year?
We'll see how much time I have.
See how much time, yeah. You got your hands full.
I took on a task for my aunt who wants to give to all of the attendants at the retirement home.
Okay, fair enough. Well, they'll love that.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where they're not allowed to give money, which Asians typically like to do. Not allowed to give money, so I guess it's cookies. Cookies this year.
Cookies is good. So it looks like Brady's landed pretty decent on the 3, but the 5 is in an awkward spot.
Gonna be a little tricky, although he could back cut it if he gets nice shape on the 4. Just roll up closer to the rail and back cut the 5 in, maybe.
That might be the play. I wonder if near middle table, if he could cut it the other way, that would make getting on the 6 a little easier, I think.
We'll see, yeah.
First, he's got to make, the 4 ball.
Let's see what Brady does.
Like I said, we'll find out what the correct play was.
That's right.
Okay, go into the ball.
Go into it.
So now we know that. I'm telling you, if you pay attention.
And then it's not even a question.
And he got perfect angle, right? I always learn something when I watch Brady play. It's such a joy.
Brady is one of those guys that when you watch, I don't think you realize how much cue ball control he actually has. Brady will hardly ever go into a ball unless he absolutely needs to. He can play, I know, and this is pre-COVID when he was playing really good pool. His game, he says, is lacking a little bit these days, which I get. He hasn't played in a couple of years and he's been under the weather. But Brady's just one of those guys where he can play perfect shape to get on short side of a ball. He plays the right angles. He'll leave himself the right angle to get to the next shot or two.
His angles are so good, yeah.
But he is amazing to watch.
And you watch how he hits everything so smooth, right? Even that shot he hit hard, it was smooth.
That's right.
And he gets amazing cue ball reaction from a smooth stroke. I love watching him play for sure. Carlos says, it's not fair, these guys are too tall. I know. Me and Steph know what you're talking about, Carlos. These big tables, they're tough for us 5-footers.
That's right.
4-2, Mr. Goal, and playing pretty good.
Me and Ben and Carlos get all the below jobs.
Below.
The below jobs. Things that are close to the floor, those are the below jobs.
That's right. So make sure you guys are sharing that stream lots. We'll have at least a couple more matches tonight, I believe, on the winner's side. And then tomorrow we'll have some loser side matches as well on the 7-foot.
53 players we're trying to get through. And to be noted, guys, if the leather pocket tournaments is something that you guys regularly come to, Jeff gave a bit of a speech in the players meeting. There will be no more freebies as far as waiting till last minute to enter into the LP tournaments. They definitely find it's better to be well organized going into these events. So when there's a deadline, they will stick to the deadline. He actually turned away quite a few players. We could have had a full event for this one.
I'm glad he did, though. I fully agree.
It's so much easier.
And you know best because you're the tournament director all the time, and it's hard. To do everything last minute.
Yeah.
And he brought up a really good point, which I thought was very important. And this counts for anywhere that they're doing tournaments is you have recurring tournaments like this. You call it something, the Fall Classic, right? We had it last year. This is second annual. And if people are entering on time, we can start to get an idea of how many players we're going to get for this tournament every year, and that's going to affect added money.
That's right.
So if we know we're going to fill the field every year with 64,
yes.
we'll open it up to 128, and we'll get more added money and a bigger prize pool. Everybody wins, right?
It's really tough when you don't know whether you're going to get 27 players or a full field, or, you know, when you're organizing, you know, draws and you're trying to stay organized with money and what payouts are. It is much easier to know how many people ahead of time, at least, you know, the night before or whatever. We're not saying that, you know, you have to be entered a week before, and if things happen that, you know, we're going to not refund your money or whatever.
You
but
always get a refund. That's fine.
Yeah. But it's always nice to know that, you know, your field is full, or you have X many spots, or what you could do better for next time to fill the field. So just something to note. Oh my gosh.
How
Perfect.
godlike was that shot? And he just missed the double kiss.
The heavens had opened for that shot.
But yeah, I totally agree. Needs to, the scene needs to change a little bit, and they're making steps in the right direction.
Well, I mean, like for the Hui tournament that we had 2 weeks ago, we had a full field, and it was so well organized because we were able to make out all the lists ahead of time. We were able to get the prize money divvied up and listed.
Everything.
Like
Night before.
It's when you're doing it last minute or at the event, when you have a room full of 100 players or whatever, and people are asking you questions and you're trying to get the payouts written down and all that kind of stuff. It's just
especially because
rigmarole.
A lot of people that are involved in these events, they're players.
Yeah.
So like Larry, he tends to play very well at the Hui, although he had one bad year, it's okay. But he wants to focus.
Yeah.
So if he can get all the work done, kind of like even at this event, get everything done, organized early so that guys like Jeff can focus on playing.
Yeah.
Now you're not scrambling in between matches trying to count money and do whatever, right? So hopefully the players are learning.
Yep.
What a shot there from Rob. These guys are putting on a little kicking clinic here.
We said earlier, with the first couple of games, it was kind of like hit and miss. I'm like, oh, he never misses that ball. Oh, he didn't ever miss that. But they're getting the feel for the table now, so
they'll get dialed in.
They're getting their feet under them. But another point that we wanted to let people know too is that when you know how many people are in your field, it is much easier to go out there and get sponsorship from a liquor company or from a predator or whatever. When you can't tell them, oh, you know, we usually get anywhere from 25 to 64 players, they're like,
Yeah.
You know, but if you tell them, hey, like this tournament we've had filled for the last three or 4 years or whatever, then the sponsorships will come, right?
That's right.
Better prizes for everybody.
That's right. Everybody wins. Pool room wins. Players win. Tournament directors win. Everybody.
So just something to keep in mind when you guys are entering the tournaments.
Wow.
Keep an eye out for those deadlines and abide by them, because they're there for a reason. They're not doing it just to be jerks.
That's right. No, it's not. And it's not like, you know, the end of the world if you need to get your entry back. It's okay.
Yeah.
So not a big deal. Just enter early, and if things happen, you can always get a refund. It's okay.
It's always better if you have to adjust your event by a couple of players rather than saying, oh, we might have 31, we might have 64. I'm not really sure. But just something to keep in mind. Everybody likes to have an organized tournament anyways, right? Whether you're a player or an organizer.
I love this comment on the YouTube. Fun fact, Brady beat the old coach of Mosconi Cup Team Europe, Little Napoleon. Beat him for 2 in Vancouver.
In the van.
Marcus Chamot. I love to hear that.
What's he doing now? Has anybody heard?
Chamot?
Yeah, the last time
He's doing commentary for Predator.
Is
he did the World 8 Ball, yeah. He did.
Maybe I just didn't tune into that.
Yeah, he's...
The ones that he did. Was he with Mark?
Can't miss him. They had Tony Robles, Jim Weich.
Jim Weich was a real
That was
treat.
great, right?
Yeah. I love listening to Jim.
Tim DeRuyter, and Chamot. Yeah, Mark
Oh,
White.
yeah, that's right.
There was
that's
5.
Right.
They had 5 for 2 tables. which I think is genius as well, because then one person can rotate out, go have dinner, have lunch.
Yeah, no, I think
oftentimes streamers don't get to do that.
I think the Predator team is really kind of catching on to what's working for them. Their events just kind of keep leveling up every time.
That's right. And they always show us some love too with some added money and cues and stuff. There was a cue giveaway at the last one. Oh my goodness. How bad did he hit that ball? I hate to say he hit it bad, but he did.
He did.
He way overhit it. I think he was scared to catch it with inside, because what can happen is the 5 will straighten out and catch the 7. So he played it with just like middle ball and it leaked out.
Yeah, a lot.
Does this 5 pass the 6 though? Or the 8, sorry. If not, then Brady's got a tall task here. He took a real close look and he's shooting it quick, so I think it goes.
Yeah, I think I saw him point at the bottom right here.
No, I don't know if it had room. He had to look pretty close. Obviously, he must have been sure it went, but he had to do a lot with the cue ball. Made it way harder, right? If he could just cinch it, it might not have been so bad, but he had to fly that cue ball around too. Low inside spin, that's hard. Big chance for Rob to get himself back in this match. I know race to 9 seems long, but both these players are capable of sort of running away with this winner breaks format.
These players don't take long to run racks.
Wow, I feel like that could be a big moment in this match if Brady gets out 5-2 or 4-3. Big game. Obviously, every game is big, but I like
especially winner breaks too, right?
Yeah, I like to try to find moments in the match that are extra important. This is probably one. It's kind of like if you're Brady in this spot, you know how important this game is, right? So you bear down a little more. Not to say that you don't give every rack full effort, but sometimes I just take a little longer to make sure, right? Drawing this ball, this is a tight window to get between 7-8 here and avoid the side. Oh, how'd he hit it?
Oh my gosh.
How good is that? Even Rob gives a little nod of, I think, approval? Maybe disapproval of himself in the previous shot. Or 2, actually.
Bit of a stretch here for Brady, but he's all right.
And sometimes these things can get to players as good as Rob is, and I'm sure he'll recover, but he made a mistake on the safety, and then he had a shot, and he missed the putt. So it was 2 big mistakes in the same game that can kind of start to wear on you.
Yeah.
Like I said, with the importance of this game, too. So smooth.
Both these players are extremely experienced and such great potters. But it all comes down to who can adjust the quickest, right? And we both saw them in the very, well, I did because you were not here yet. But me and John were saying about how they were both struggling at the very beginning. And it looks like Brady has kind of caught a gear. He's getting a feel for the table.
That was a pretty good out. Even though it was only 5 balls, it was still a little bit tricky. Had to play one really good positional shot. Blake wants to know, how was my match against Ahmed? Says he just met him playing snooker. Yeah, he's a great guy, Blake. Super nice guy. He plays these tournaments real often.
He's not here.
Blake?
No, Ahmed.
He is. I just played him.
Oh.
That's what he was asking, how my match was with him.
Oh, how your match was
Yeah.
against him. I see.
Yeah, super nice guy. And the match went well for me. I got all the good rolls. I'm not just saying that. A little bit tougher of a next match. I think I get Jeff or Dean Holton. I feel like they haven't started yet. We have a couple other good matches going on. Kung Dao taking on Johnny Moraletos.
They're just starting.
Right behind Brady there. Oh, look at that break. Both side balls. The 2. He's got shape on the 1. Look at this. Another great match to the upper right of this one. Mark Vino taking on Sean McKay. They're all tied up at 4. And Stephen Bryce, 6-6. Land and John Savoy, 1-0. That's about all I can see from here. The draw is up on Challenge. Aaron K in the YouTube chat, welcome. Brady looking in prime position here. 4-7 isn't so bad. These balls connect pretty nice. It's all about this shot right here. Does it get a big bounce? Maybe a slightly awkward angle. 7, I don't think, passes into the lower left. He just went and looked, and as it turns out, it does.
Well, I don't know. He's kind of doing a funny thing with his lips, so it might be a little tight.
Okay.
I don't know if he's in love with it.
No, that changes things because, yeah, a little shake of the head here. Forward off 2 rails, the 8 ball is huge. And draw is kind of tricky as well. Let's see what he does here. I'm interested to see what he does.
It's like a little below center.
He's trying to get to the side pocket. He's getting to the side pocket. What a shot.
A little bit of a cut.
That's pretty good considering where he was, right? Oh, wow. Brent in the YouTube says, another fun fact. Brady used to coach a kid in snooker by the name of Marco Fu. Do you know who Marco is?
I do not. I'm not a snooker watcher.
He's like, I think at one point he was number 2 or 3 in the world.
Oh, really?
In snooker. Like, the kid is an absolute machine.
Well, I can believe it.
Well, if coached by Brady makes more sense now.
Well, and you know what? I think that Brady would be a really good coach.
Oh, fantastic coach, because he's so positive and he's very
mild-mannered, very patient.
Oh, extremely. All the things that make a good coach.
Yeah.
And his knowledge is unreal. Especially for, you know, rotation games and snooker, I would say, are his 2 top games. 9-ball, he's an absolute wizard. And as we're seeing, he can shoot some 10-ball. Up 6-2 on Rob Phillips. Second round for both these gentlemen. Neither one had a bye. They both had to play a first round, so.
Thanks, Brent, for all your little tidbits.
Yeah, for sure. Keep them coming if you got more. We love Brady facts. I don't have too many Rob Phillips facts other than he's one of Alberta's best players. I know that much.
Yeah.
I've always qualified him as Edmonton's best player.
I would say.
Right? I think that's safe to say.
Well, I mean, if you're gauging by height.
Oh. Then it can't be Carlos? Is that what we're saying? I know Carlos is still listening. That's why I said that. Yeah, because, I mean, it's not far off between their top 4 or 5.
I would say Rob, Carlos, Butler are all kind of in that elite,
very close,
Northern Alberta group.
You can put Gary in there, too.
Oh, yeah, Gary Houck.
He's getting a little older, but he still got it.
He plays great.
He played really good.
Really far in the tournament still.
Yeah, in that tournament last couple of weeks back in Edmonton, he played really, really well. Break from Brady, miss-hits it, and I don't think he's going to make a ball. You don't often make a ball when you miss-hit it like that. But look at this for second prize. Rob does not love to see this. He's not flying out of his chair.
No, and I'm
pushing
almost right down the pipe of that cue ball to the 1.
Does he have the edge?
He may have a sliver. It'll be really tight.
That's a tall task to sliver that ball from that far. He'll push.
Yeah, exactly.
What's he pushing to? What's he doing here? Can he see this?
So he
can't see. He's left the 2-rail kick safety. He's left the 2-rail kick safety. I'm really surprised to see him do that. Brady's going to put him back in 100% of the time, yeah. I don't know. Like, was he trying to leave the window, the gap?
I'm not really sure.
And he just misplayed it? Because this 2-rail kick safe is pretty tough to stick. The running siding kind of wants to carry this. and it's easy to catch it thin, right? Which he's going to catch it thin.
Did he hit it even?
If at all. I don't think he did. He may have. We'll find out in a second.
He did not.
He did not hit it. Wow.
He kind of stood up right as the cue ball was going to make contact. So I didn't get a good look at it. But in fact, he did not hit the one ball. Brady's going to have ball in hand here on a fairly open table.
And up 6-2, he's got to be in love with this.
Yeah.
And he didn't have to shoot, you know. It was like he broke and hit the break, and next thing you know, he's getting ball in hand. You got to love that. Come up dry on the break and get ball in hand when you get back to the table. That'll make you feel good. So what do you see? See anything tough here?
One to the two ball may have been a little tricky, but he just decided to not try to get perfect on it.
Didn't overdo it. Yeah, I like
hit
that,
the big
right?
window, which is always great.
Oh, wow. A couple of friendly rubs there, but I always say you get better rubs when you're playing good, that's for sure.
Good things happen when you make the right shot.
When I'm playing bad, I get all the worst rolls, right?
Right.
If I'm playing good, I get good rolls.
I was saying to Johnny, too, you know, sometimes it's like quicksand. The harder you try, or the harder you try to focus, or the harder you try to bear down, it just sucks you in. It just gets worse and worse, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. This might be just a little bit of life that Rob needed. Winner breaks, and Rob has a cannon of a break. So if he figures it out, he can certainly come back. And these balls lay super nice. I think we'll probably even see Rob pick up the pace a bit here, knowing most of these top players, that's what they do if they're struggling a little. Just start playing quicker.
Everything is wide open, and I like how it lays out, right? So
might have to go 2 rails forward here, but it's a pretty slippery shot.
He's going to draw back.
Oh, right in the side pocket.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's in the drink.
Oh, no.
And that, I hate to say it, is probably the beginning of the end. It's kind of like he had a free chance there.
I don't think Rob was expecting to get back to this table, so
no,
that was a window of opportunity for him.
Mm-hmm. It can be hard sometimes like that. You have to stay very focused in your chair, and not to say that Rob wasn't, but you have to always just be ready, you know? It's easy to be sitting there thinking, oh, this match is over, right?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're getting back, and you got to do the work, so.
The grind is the hardest part sometimes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just to stay in it.
Mm-hmm. I like this third fun fact from Brent. On the YouTube, he says, Alex Pagulayan came to Vancouver to play Frenchie around 1997. Beat him hill. And then him and Brady played a bunch of sets with Alex being a slight winner. Doesn't surprise me. Brady was, you know, one of the best players in Canada, still is. Certainly on a snooker table, you don't want to go anywhere near this guy still. I've heard, and this might be slightly pre-COVID, he was still running centuries in practice.
I believe it, because he just won it, the championship not too long ago.
The Canadians only
just before COVID?
1-2 years pre-COVID, yeah. He was running like 3 or 4 centuries a day. That's unbelievable. Cool. Yeah. That's next level snooker to be playing that good, so he's still got it. Big shout out to Leather Pocket for hosting us again. Make sure if you guys are in the area, come check it out. Lots of seating to watch all the matches. I kind of like it because you can see all of them from one spot here. If you turn around, then you can see the 7-foot matches.
That's right.
We got 8 7-foot diamonds, 8 9-foot diamonds, 4 Valley bar boxes, and the Predator Apex 9-foot with the arena light.
Good table to showcase. You can always find a game in this room, that is for sure.
Yeah, there's always a game. Always a game, fun game, friendly game.
Oh, Brent with the facts.
Whatever you like.
1988 and 2018 for Brady.
There it is, 30 years. I knew it was 30 years apart. Yeah, so 1 year pre-COVID and 1 year before I was born.
Wow.
Right? I just aged myself, didn't I? That's okay.
You're still a kid compared to me.
Most of them knew how old I was
87.
anyway.
Oh my God, I'm so old.
Here we go, Brady braking to try to get on the hill here. It is winner breaks, race to 9 on the A side on the 9-foot.
Breaking from the same spot Joe did. And Joe was having some really killer breaks.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch this now because I need to see him hit one square, and he's only going to get to break one more time. But when he hit one square, the ball went in the side, so I got to try to figure out how they did that. I think Rob did it too, and I think he kept the cue ball flat. But was Joe was hammering it, like popping it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it kind of works either way.
Well, you know, I think that Joe was really trying to figure out the weight of the break.
I saw him hammer a couple, but then he took a little bit off a couple times too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was the two behind the head ball was a little high, and then they were a little low. So he was just trying to find the right spot to hit with the right weight, like what the combination was. But he came close pretty near every time, and he had a couple of monster breaks where he got 3 off the break.
Yeah, once he made 4. Good shot there from Rob.
Good recovery. He did not have a good line on the 2 after the 1 ball, so that was a nice recovery shot.
Well, and I always say it, you got to keep your opponent off the hill if you can in these spots. At least then you afford one funny thing or one mistake to be allowed, right?
That's right. Rob is, just note too that Rob is playing out of Top Shops up in Edmonton, where they have Baraka tables. They're not diamonds, so he's adjusting to the tables too. I mean, they're a little different than what he's used to.
Yeah, they play much different. Not that they don't play good, they just play different.
Yeah, they are different.
Oh, that is gonna do it, I think.
They are tighter pockets than what he is used to up there, I think. Actually, you played up there quite a bit. You were just there for a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, they only play tighter when the cloth is worn, but when it's new, they play nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they play a little bit different, though, for sure. So I think, you know, I talked about it a couple of racks ago. You got to recognize certain spots where you can put pressure on, really punish your opponent. This is one where you got to make sure you put them away. Don't let him get a sniff back in this rack and get it to 7-3 and breaking. And he made a really bad mistake there, and you got to absolutely punish him. How's this for inch perfect?
Doesn't get much better. I believe he has the right angle, just slightly stay on the top of the table for the 7 also. Yep.
I know we're talking Brady a lot because he's at the table a lot, but Warren Saffol's got a good note here too. He's the only Canadian that went through the pro qualifying by beating a pro for the card. All the rest were invited.
Wow.
Pretty sporty.
That is a great tidbit.
Yeah.
Warren was on the committee, right?
Yeah.
On the board?
Yeah. So I wonder, Warren, do you know how many years he played pro? Was it 2? I think the card is for 2 years, so I want to say 2. Let's see here. Smooth little draw shot. Get above the 10. See how smooth that was?
It doesn't get much smoother than that.
Yeah, you just get such good cue action. Even when
And
he elevates
weight.
a little. Yeah, that's so nice to watch, right? You know, another thing I noticed with him, his bridge is so strong. Like, it looks like he's death gripping the cue with his bridge, but he's not. It's just always so solid, right?
It makes a big difference.
For sure it does.
Next time you guys go to the table, make sure that your bridge is like rock solid, doesn't move, and it does make a difference in your back arm, for sure.
Wow, so much, right? And even sometimes focusing on a small thing like that can just like take away all your bad thoughts and all these other things going on. You just make sure your bridge is solid, and then you kind of trust yourself more. Because you're like, okay, this is solid. It's not going anywhere, so I'm going to hit this ball good, right? Sometimes I like to just focus on little things like that, kind of carry me through rack by rack, right?
Back down to the fundamentals, yeah. Have you seen, like I was watching some of the lady pros play, and when they bridge over, they're actually locking their index finger on top of their middle finger, which locks it in, right? You've got your middle ring finger and your pinky flat on the table, but you've locked your index finger on the knuckle of your middle finger.
That's right.
And it absolutely locks your bridge in. But my problem is my fingers are too short to like...
Carlos, are you there? He knows about this too. Can't do it. Can't do it, so you have to loop your bridge with your thumb, which is okay.
I do like the feel of that. Like, I don't know if you guys are trying this or not, but
everybody at home is trying it right now.
Put your index fingertip on your middle knuckle
and try to make a loop that has a big enough hole in it to put your cue through. I can't even get close.
But it absolutely locks your bridge in. And I like how it feels, but it's just my fingers are a little too short to leave big enough hole for my cue.
So if you watch Brady next time he's kind of shooting towards us, we'll get to see a little bit of how he's like a hybrid. It's more on his thumb, but it is pretty close to his finger as well.
Right.
So it's solid. The other thing I always look for is the palm on the table.
Yeah.
Rather than, in the air, where just their fingers are holding their bridge.
Right.
If their palm is down too.
The heel, like the heel of your hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And watch, Rob's bridge is very solid too, but he has the luxury of the very long finger, so
he's a tall guy.
Got what we said, where the index finger is right on his knuckle. If we get to watch a closed bridge shot from him, it's super sturdy, right? Oh my goodness.
A great shot that was.
Tell me he's not hooked. Tell me he's not hooked. He hit it so good.
Pretty sure he's got the edge of this 4.
And he hooked himself too, right?
Yeah.
He put himself there, or did he hook himself?
I'm not sure now that you say that.
Right? Maybe he meant to do that.
I don't know. We've been talking.
He was like, I'm up 8-2. Maybe I'll just hook myself and masse this ball in.
A little TV shot. Show the people what I'm about.
Oh, there we go. Warren looked it up for me. Thank you, Warren. It says from 89 to 94, so 5 years. Oh, wow. This is awesome. At the World Amateur, they had to add an extra row to the scoreboard for all the centuries he made.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I wish I was around back then to watch him when he was in his prime. He's still an absolute wizard, but I'm a huge snooker fan, so I've only ever got to watch Brady play rotation games. And I mean the odd 8-ball, which he picks apart way too easily, but I would have loved to watch him in his prime playing snooker. Wow.
This was not ideal, however. He just locked himself up on the 7.
Might be another twist to this match.
Let's see what he does with this. Hey there, Jerry Cahan. Nice to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Jerry.
Same old voices here on the CSL stream.
Yeah, nothing changes,
Just part of the woodwork here.
Thinning it? Oh, he's kicking it? No. Was he trying to kick it?
I'm not really sure what he meant to do there.
I feel like he was trying to thin it with lots of right siding and get the cue ball to miss the double kiss, and then like where he floated the 7 on the kick didn't seem like anything he was trying there, so had to be trying something other than the kick, I would think. Is this going to get there? Oh, it is. The siding carried him.
Yes. Come on, Rob.
Yeah, we like to see close matches, so I mean, and we're big Rob fans too. He's such a nice ambassador of the game, of course, as well.
I can't. I'm not rooting for one over the other in this match. I love them both.
Well, if anything, we should slightly root Rob because he's an Alberta boy, right?
Yeah,
but Brady's such a nice guy. How do you root against him?
Yeah,
right?
I know. It's hard to root against somebody you like so much.
Warren. That's funny. Played him at Town Billiards in a tournament. He broke. And Warren made a ball and woke him up, and then he never won a game. And Warren is a fantastic snooker player, too.
That's right. I've
Alberta
heard that.
champion.
I've heard that of Warren. Rob makes the 8 in the side.
Yeah, I'm watching.
And
I'm
the 3 in the corner.
Paying attention here. I'm going to watch on the delay. Because I'm hoping at some point it's going to be a factor for me. Oh, Brady's an Alberta boy, too. There you go. Never mind. Now it's definitely even.
Even Steven.
That just evened it right out, yeah. Oh, he didn't get the cue ball where he wanted. I think what happened there was the line to get the cue ball nice was actually the line to make the bank. And he didn't want to do both for sure. Then he would be hooked on the 2. I didn't see him call the bank. Did he call the bank, maybe?
Oh, he does miss.
Yeah, but look at this. When he misses, like any good player, when you're playing good, you get the rolls. Rob is flying out of his chair. Just kidding.
You get the coverage.
Rob was trying to figure out how it ended up there. And what did I do to deserve this? I'm surprised he's kicking this way. Oh, well, no, I'm not surprised now. He hit it really good. And how big is this 5 ball?
Not big enough, I don't think.
And he's close enough to straight. But I think he can hold the cue ball right on that side rail to play the blue 2 next, but getting to the 4 is not going to be easy.
Jim said, didn't he have ball in hand? Jim, he did not. So when he thinned that 7 ball, he actually really thinned it on the way in, hit the short rail, and then kicked it on the way out.
That's
so
right.
He did hit it on the way in.
That's
it
right.
barely moved.
Otherwise, good eye, Jim. That would be ball in hand if you didn't get a rail after contact. For anybody else new to 10 ball,
Well, look at that. He just
got to get a
swung
rail
at
after
it.
contact. Went
Just
all the way
swung at
around
it.
and froze on it. Rob looks away because he says, I bet you he's wired. I bet you he is too. I think he can even shoot away from it towards the right side rail, the right long rail, which helps him get to the 4. He's shaking his head because he knows it too. He's thinking, how did I land here? But it's perfect. I think he's close enough that this is going to like push the ball in. And I don't mean push like double hit. I mean push like
spin it in.
Spin it. Yeah. Very nice.
Spin it in. Like throwing it even.
And he'll bank this. This lays nice. The 5's nearby and 7's over the hole, so he doesn't have to do a lot. Just have to make the 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. Oh, he slow rolls the bank. How's he feeling?
Oh my gosh.
How's
like
he
butter.
feeling? Plays perfect shape.
Like butter.
And now there's absolutely nothing that needs to be done other than pot these 2 balls. The 7 and the 9 are going to go in the same pocket, I believe. Unless he lands a little straight on the 6, then he'll possibly play the 9 in the opposite side. Which I believe that's what he'll do now. We'll see if he rolls it or stuns it. Curious.
2 rails maybe into the same pocket?
I wonder if he even does that much or just plays it in the opposite hole. Okay, yeah, good call. 2 rails. See, I originally thought he'd leave a little more angle and then kind of do that, but when he got straight, I thought maybe he'll stun it. See, that's what I opened with. I like seeing, like, what shot does he play? What was the right shot there, you know? Nice 10 ball for the win to move on to the 3rd round of the winner's side. Rob will move over to the 7-foot table, the 1-loss side, where he'll carry on.
Rob's a wizard on the 7-foot too.
Rob can play a little on the 7-foot, that's for sure. So we'll be back probably in about 5 minutes with another match. Make sure you guys don't go far. And if you haven't already, like and follow the Facebook, subscribe on the YouTube. Steph and I will be back, or somebody will be back.
Somebody will be back. You'll hear a voice. Thanks, guys.